So Hickman, of course, on the Triumph Street Triple.
David O. Johnson is being caught by Michael Dunlop very early on in this lap. As we head up there, wow!
Speed of Dunlop, Cam.
Yep, up the inside. And he just blasts past as he flicks that Ducati through Gorse Lee. And let's have a look at these sector times to give an indication of how hard these boys are pushing off the get-go.
And Harrison's up, look, by 1.5 seconds. So this wasn't necessarily what we're expecting. I say Dunlop's been on it all week, and Harrison might just make it tricky for him. You're on board with Mike Brown now. And
a 4:29 in that first sector is slightly down on the time I'd expect to see in ideal conditions.
And there are our splits at Bluff Bridge. So Dean Harrison has extended his lead, look, by half a second in the sector at the bottom of your screen there. And there's some 3 seconds quicker than Mike Brown. So they're in a class of their own here at the moment in terms of their outright pace.
As we've seen Dean Harrison there, tucked in, pushing so hard. He's passed Paul Jordan. Now this is incredible. A lot of people thought Michael Dunlop might just run away from the start, but Dean Harrison is going well on that Honda, and he's going to make a race out of this.
Harrison gets on it straight away, doesn't he? Doesn't need any switching on. He's just on it and flat out immediately.
Yeah, we've seen him set a first lap record in qualifying, record time for qualifying. He knows the course. He's got so much confidence in that bike beneath him. As we see Michael Dunlop literally suck the stickers off Jamie Coward's Honda on the way up the mountain.
Just blasting past again. A brilliant view of the Isle of Man coastline in the background as well. This stunning little island in the Irish Sea. Harrison fully tucked in. I guess getting the smaller the bikes, the more important it is you're tucked in.
Absolutely, it all counts that little bit more when you've got that little bit less horsepower.
Michael Dunlop has got the lead down to 0.2 of a second. Let's get down to Lee Johnston.
Yeah, guys, we've took the advantage of jumping up onto the podium for this one because all these guys are within touching distance in the pits. We just see Mike Brown make a little wobble there. We're going to follow around onto Dean Harrison. The last pit stop this team did, Dean already had a 15-second lead, so there is a lot more pressure on with this one. We can pan back to Michael. Them guys are trying to put that rear stand in. Obviously, it's a single-side swinging arm, so it's a little bit unstable compared to the other bikes, but he seems really calm there, guys. And we know that Michael has a tendency to build into races, and with that few damp patches out there, are we going to see him now really take charge of this race?
Hickman in the pit. What's going on here? Pliers on the fuel cap.
Yeah, we've got major issues here. You don't use pliers to open a fuel cap unless it's jammed. That's a big blow for the Swan Racing team in that pit stop for sure.
And it's only a splash and dash, so, you know, normally you'd have a bit of time while they're sorting out the rear wheel, but no rear wheel changes here. So Hickman lost time, and he was sitting in P4, look, ahead of Herbertson coming into the grandstand. So is he going to drop down, and what's that going to mean to his chances of getting on the podium? And Dunlop, 2.3 seconds, Cam. So the gap's gone up to 2.3. That's a big gain. We've seen it go back and forth by a few tenths, but 2.3 in one sector's a lot.
And it's a sector that I thought Dean might have been able to make a little bit of ground back. That has been his strong sector. Maybe Michael Dunlop was using that first lap as a bit more of a siding lap than Dean Harrison.
Especially with the damp patches out, they would make sense, wouldn't it? Hickman coming through, still sitting in fourth. 4.6 now ahead of Josh Brooks, but he's some 15 seconds back from Paul Jordan. I think Herbertson might be in the mix there as well when he gets to the next split. So Hickman's still away off the podium. 15 seconds is a long way to try and make up. 9.6 seconds is the gap. Dunlop's come through Bungalow as well, so this gap is going up exponentially, Cam. The first lap was so close. What's the difference here? You know, they've been in, the fuel load was the same at the start of lap 1 as it was at the start of lap 2. What is the difference here? Has Dunlop just woken up?
I think Dunlop has found his feet. Dean's been pretty much at the limit since the start. I think they're both just riding as hard as they can to their machine strengths, but I think the Ducati is going to come out on top today.
Well, Hickman's still trying to find his way onto the podium with those two in the battle out front. Hickman again. Oh, limiter, just on the limiter, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh, as he passes Josh Brooks.
No, Brooks, look, he's sitting in P6 at the minute, and he's a few seconds back on Herbertson and using all the road. So I wonder if he'll get a bit of a tow from Hickman here.
Yeah, he just slipped on past there, Douglas Road corner. Put the foot out just to say, thanks, Josh, I'm coming through.
We ride on board now with Paul Jordan. This is the run down towards K-Tree, Cam.
Yeah, he's back down to second gear through that tight left. Now he's clicking gears and building speed rapidly as we head up towards the K-Tree. Look at that, 145, 150 miles an hour through a very technical part of the course.
Dunlop up to the hairpin, and look at the split on lap 3. 3 seconds taken off Harrison again. The gap is up to 21.8. I think at this point Harrison will have waved the white flag, as it were.
Right, here we've got Paul Jordan round the outside of Mike Brown as we head up towards Waterworks. There's Pete Hickman. Josh Brooks is hanging on to the back of him. He's really getting a tow from Hickey.
Pairs of riders everywhere, but not this man. Dunlop, you leader by 23.4 seconds. Very much going solo in this one. Has picked off everybody that he wanted to.
Yeah, that Blitz Racing built Ducati is not missing a beat. It looks like it's going to do the job nicely.
Josh Brooks, Cam, look at the splits, was 0.5 of a second behind. So Hickman here, in his charge to the podium, is dragging Brooks along, trying to chase down that position of Herbertson.
Well, that's the way the TT can work sometimes. Passing riders, catching riders can work for you, can work against you.
Michael Dunlop drops down into the nook, into the tight right hairpin, just ahead of him on the road. His target, of course, Dean Harrison. Harrison's done another brilliant ride. There's no doubt that he's been absolutely flat out, but he hasn't been able to match the split times of this man. Over to the right-hand side. He's not even flat out as he comes out through Governor's Dip, but Michael Dunlop has absolutely got it done. It is a 9th class win in a row and another TT win. He's up to 34. Fantastic performance then by Michael Dunlop, taking the win from Harrison, who was